Yeah, sorry to make you wait. Just catching up on all the latest breaking news. Coming to you today with a new media hoax. And Trump has been on the other side of a number of media hoaxes, and it's not fair. And even regular people say it's not fair, the coverage. So there's a new media hoax today about something Trump said about killing or not unaliving Liz Cheney. He said he wanted to put her up in front of a firing squad, kill her, shoot her in the face. Now, I'll show you the headlines. It's not what he said. You'll be surprised to find out. But the media, I mean, if you search it, you find headlines that say that he said something really inappropriate about violence against Liz Cheney. So, also big news and good news for people who have been waiting to place their bets on Donald Trump to win. The betting odds have suddenly collapsed for Trump. I don't know if collapse is the right word, but every betting market has seen a significant repricing of Trump's odds to win and Kamala's odds to win. And I don't know why. No idea why, but it's interesting. All I hear out there is either that it's a toss-up or that the early signs are that Trump's going to win. And for me, I'm just looking at the polls. He's polling so much better than last time, like 5 points better than he was against Biden in 2020. And he almost won in 2020, officially, I mean. Forget the rigging and so forth. He almost won officially in 2020. It was 80,000 votes or something. And if he's like 5 points better than that, and he's looking like he's going to win the national and the popular vote and everything, I don't see how he can lose, to be honest. So I've waited and waited and waited before wagering on it. I think I might use some of my bankroll, my crypto bankroll, because you can bet on it in cryptocurrency. I don't think you can bet on predicted with cryptocurrency, but there's a market called Kalshi where you can bet. Trump's now at 53 cents. 53 cents. 53% chance. 53, 54 on Kalshi. I'll show them to you. I'll show you the odds. I'll show you the charts. It's kind of interesting. So I'm thinking about putting a deposit in to wager on. I think it's I've been confident before about things, but I bet on Biden to win and won. But he was way ahead of the polls when I did that. And he barely won officially. 80,000 votes or something. Trump is out there pandering to Palestinians, like he's eating at Palestinian restaurants and stuff. He's trying to win Michigan. He was pandering to Lebanese people. There's a bunch of Lebanese people in Michigan. IAWTC says if Trump wins again, it'll be the second time he beat a woman in bid for presidency. That's what the press would run with. Trump is a woman beater because he beat Hillary and Kamala. What do you mean, Casey? You kind of hope Trump wins. That's not enough. You kind of hope he wins? What do you mean? That means you kind of hope, or that means you're kind of indifferent too. I will tell you this, RFK Jr. says he's going to take over the government, that Trump told him he's going to take over the whole government. That's what RFK Jr. is saying. I'm surprised they haven't jumped on it more. They jumped on it a little bit, but he is like he's a true spanner in the works of the system. He'd be going after big business, agrochemicals, pharmaceuticals. I mean, he'd blow the whole thing up. And he is saying that Trump told him he would be able to do that. Well, It's really interesting because in 2016, he met with Trump, and Trump told him there was going to be some kind of vaccine council, and that never happened last time. So RFK Jr. was meeting with him before 2016, and Trump apparently promised him something they went back on. So I wonder how much it takes to move the markets on these things. So that's RFK Jr. So I have the latest hoax. I'll show you the reactions to it. I have some just crazy fantasy videos. I have some of the latest ads. Are you guys worried about, I'm hearing various things about political violence, people stealing yard signs, people yelling at each other. Some guy was telling some girl on the street he hoped that she would get raped or something because she had on a Trump t-shirt or something. It seems like people are pretty wound up. I don't deal with them personally, and when I go out there in the world, I don't witness it. But people are saying that it's pretty bad out there, that people are yelling at Trump supporters. So that's what's going on in the world. That's what's going on in this climate. If I was Tim Pool, I'd say we're going to have a civil war, but I don't think we're going to have a civil war. But it will be interesting if Trump wins. If Trump wins, they're saying we could know very early if he wins. If he wins North Carolina and Pennsylvania, then it's pretty much over. And, so pretty much. I mean, there are chances that it won't be, but pretty much it's over. If he wins Wisconsin or Michigan, it's pretty much over. He's going to win Arizona. He's going to win Georgia. And then he's looking at other states too. I mean, they're even looking at Virginia. They're doing a campaign event in there. So I don't know, but they say it's 50-50. And the betting odds now have changed significantly. So let's see. Trump wins 52 times out of 100 in the 538 poll. So I have no idea what makes these betting markets move. Here, I'll play my intro and then I'll show you the betting stuff. John says on Tuesday, I'm staying up until a decision. Are you prepared to not sleep for a month in case? I think this time could be closer to a landslide. Something like a landslide, I think, but what do I know? I lost my money betting on elections last time around. I bet on Kerry Lake and I bet against Fetterman. Lost those bets. I was very confident then, so I don't want to be gun shy. Might have to sell some crypto to bet on this election, but still 50-50 odds almost now. Almost 50-50 odds, almost 1-1. And I think his odds of winning are much higher than 50%. But we'll see. Cricket Lulu, you agree with me? Landslide? Yeah, that's what I think. Because it was never close before in the other polls, the previous elections that Trump was in. It wasn't even close. And he won. He won in 2016. It wasn't even close. I remember polls came out in 2016 that were so outrageous that showed Hillary Clinton winning by like 12 points or something. And he won. So this time it's a toss-up in the polls. He's got to be favored. He's got to be, I think, but who knows? Okay, cue musical intro. Boy, that's brilliant. I do think some things in the world are real. Like you guys. You guys are real. Most of you. Most of my listeners, I think, are not just in my head. I think I have the metrics to prove it. You've taken a leap of faith today. What is that sound? And I apologize if you take offense. I'm a little offended myself. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the future. What it is, joining you live from sunny California. It's a beautiful day today. I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman. And I bring you the news, the real news. Yeah, what do you want? Fake news? I'll show you the fake news. It is funny. I said real news back then. I don't even know if fake news was a thing. When I said I bring the real news, it's the opposite, right? I'm looking at what it takes to bet. It says I have to give my phone number. I'm seeing about depositing cryptocurrency on Kalshi. You can bet with USDC cryptocurrency. So I'd have to sell some cryptocurrency, turn it into USDC, and then send it over there. What do you guys think? You guys want to bet with me? We can go in. I'm thinking of going, $1,000 or something like that. Gotta get serious. To win almost 1,000, I was thinking it would be worth it to win 500 betting 1,000 back when that was the odds. Now the odds are almost 1-to-1. I think it's cool that you can bet on politics because it's something where you can have some insight into it. All right, let me just show you the charts. I'll show you that. And I'll look at the chat. George Washington says, are you going to take calls today? If you want to call in, if you promise to call and you're interested in calling in, then I can open the phone for you. Typically, I don't open the phones because I get disappointed. Nobody calls in. Now I have to have a certain number of people tuned in for their phone calls to work. But if you're going to call in, maybe. I'm trying to show you something now. I just presented the screen. Oh, that's really bizarre. Present. The browser can't access your screen. Huh, that's weird. That's a screen I show you guys every time. Share. No, it's not working. Huh, that's weird. What do I have to do to fix that? Okay, well, I should be able to show you my Google Chrome. Oh, come on. Okay, cool. I should be able to show you my Google Chrome. For some reason, it says it can't access my screen. So the odds on... let me see if I can access that website. For some reason, I can't visit Polymarket on Chrome, and I don't know why. Must be something up with that. I'll show you Predict It. Let's see. Present. Here's the latest odds. Tony Barbero, that's funny. Israel wins no matter what. Yeah, it'd be funny if you could bet on that. Kamala Harris in the lead on Predict It. But the fucked up thing about it is at the top of the screen, it says the Trump presidential winter contract is at or near the trader limit. You may not be able to trade in it at this time. So that doesn't seem fair. Like, you're not allowed to bet on Trump. So her being ahead in the odds, if you're not allowed to bet on him anymore, kind of defeats the purpose. So that's what's going on in Predict It. Yeah, I don't understand it. It says the Trump presidential winter contract is at or near the trader limit. I don't know what that's about. So then there's Kalshi, which is the one I'm looking at maybe betting on. Who will win the presidential election? There you can see how long ago was this? So it peaked October 29th. At like 64% on Kalshi. This is very similar to what it looks like. on Polymarket, which I can't show you for some reason. But yeah, look at that. Just totally collapsing together. Let me see if I can break it down state by state. Presidency. What was it? North Carolina? North Carolina is way ahead. Pennsylvania betting odds here. Let's see. Have come back together. Donald Trump is still favored by 4 points, 52 to 48 to win Pennsylvania. But you can see everything's coming back together. Does anybody know why? Seems weird. Michigan, Kamala Harris is favored. And that one just blew out. You see that? See, something's going on where people think they have some information. Because you see how the odds on Michigan have just blown out in Kamala's favor all of a sudden since just a few days ago. This was on the 29th. They were 50-50. And earlier on the 29th, they were 51. If Donald Trump was actually in the lead, then all of a sudden it blew out that Kamala is going to win Michigan. She only has one way to win, I think, because he's going to win Arizona, Georgia, Wisconsin. Here's the other one. So we're looking at Wisconsin and Michigan, because if he can take one of those, and this is another one where the odds suddenly changed. So we have to look at that and wonder what the hell's going on. The polls didn't particularly change. Very interesting. I'll show you the map. Yeah, I can't explain the movement. It seems to me that Donald Trump's had all the momentum, and I just thought the odds were going to blow out further in his favor. Those are my thoughts. So who will win Wisconsin? Let's take a look at the polls. Here's the latest polls. I can show you on the right. Let's see. Harris is favored by a little bit in Wisconsin, the polling average, but it's literally by 0.2 points. Harris by 0.5 in Michigan. But once again, Biden was ahead by 8 points in Michigan last time. And Trump was very close. Doesn't make sense. So it leads me to believe it's a good bet, honestly. Leads me to believe it's a pretty good bet to bet on Trump, but I don't know. What do I know? Here's what 538 says. 538 has it 52 to 48. Trump wins 52 times out of 100. So toss up. Excuse me. Sorry, I should have muted the microphone before sneezing in your ear. I apologize. Christina, the polls, you're asking if the polls take into consideration of early voting results? No, the polls are people calling and asking who you're going to vote for or who you did vote for. The betting odds take everything into account. That's the thing about betting odds. They take everything into account, all the information. People bet based on the information they have. And so they'll take early voting into account. So somebody must be seeing something. I can figure, I mean, it's a massive change. And you saw specifically in Michigan and Wisconsin. It's a massive change from where it was just 2-3 days ago. Massive change. So don't know. Maybe it's better to wait and bet when Trump really isn't favored, but very interesting. So that's it. That's it for the betting odds and stuff. Let me put my banner on the bottom of the screen. Truth Clothing. Make sure to visit our sponsor. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Yeah, oh, let me show you the media hoax. We're at a good point. Here is the video clip. I'll show it to you. Here is the video clip. Here it is. This is about Liz Cheney.
She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know, they're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, let's send 10,000 troops right into the mouth of the enemy. But she's a stupid person. And I used to I'd have meetings with a lot of people, and she always wanted to go to war with people. So
that's it. I'll play
she's
it again.
A radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it.
There you go. Let's put her with the rifle, talking about the wars. And let's see how the media reacted. Hold on. I have to have my tabs right. Here's how the media reacted to that same clip. Pop this up. Sure. Hey, thanks for the $4.99. Thanks, Chrissy Tina. Thanks for the super chat. All right. Great. That's a contribution towards bet on Trump, I'm sure. Thanks, Chrissy Tina. Appreciate you. Thanks for that. Christoph says, you going to be streaming the election results, Nathan? Yes, I plan to. Last time was crazy because I bet on Biden, and I thought it looked like Trump was going to win, and I was actually disappointed last time. No, that was in 2020. I was actually disappointed because I had wagered on it, and I thought I lost election night and signed out fully expecting that Trump won the election last time, and then we all know what happened. So, but yeah, and once again, it could be an early night. There are situations where it could be a long month or something. So let me show you the media reaction to that. Here's this.
I don't think you even need to call it fired upon. He's saying quite explicitly and unambiguously that Liz Cheney should be shot, should be executed by firing squad.
4 days out from election
day, crazy.
And former President Donald Trump is escalating his violent rhetoric, suggesting one of his most prominent critics, the former Congresswoman Liz Cheney, should be fired upon.
Your reaction to what Donald Trump said about Liz Cheney?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, it was completely.
It said Trump escalates violent rhetoric, calling for Liz Cheney to be shot. That's what it says on the screen. I mean, this is just outrageous. He clearly didn't say that. This is a major media hoax. I hope it doesn't change anybody's mind toward not voting for Trump. But it's totally outrageous. You should see the headlines. I'll show you that next.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, it was completely inappropriate, dangerous, and unbecoming of a leader. Mr. Trump was literally going after someone who doesn't agree with him. So it shouldn't be a surprise when people come on TV and feel the need to agree with him.
As 9 barrels, when he says 9 barrels shooting at her, that obviously evokes images of a firing squad.
He's not talking about a firing squad.
Let's execute a political opponent who happens to be a woman because I don't like her. And like, does that pull more low propensity voters in his coalition to the polls? I honestly don't think so.
And I don't blame him for sticking with his daughter, but his daughter is a very dumb individual, very dumb. She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels.
I mean, how can they say that? You don't have a rifle in your hands if you're going in front of a firing squad. It's just so clearly 100% out of context. I feel like those chairs are too close to the ground. Why are they sitting so low? That's more for like, you want to have a big boy chair. Both of them have, Trump has his knees scrunched up, then Tucker's sitting there. Funny, because those low ass chairs. So yeah, that's what he said. He said, let's put her with a rifle, which means she's at war. 9 guns. I don't know where he came up with 9 guns trained on her or whatever. I actually thought for a second, I was like, oh boy. Because actually the way this is the first clip I came across when I was looking at stuff, and it showed the news coverage. And based on the news coverage, I was already kind of like, oh no, Trump maybe actually said something that was kind of damaging, like said that Liz Cheney should be put in front of a firing squad. And I guess, they don't play the clip. They never play the clip. They just assert. But that's it. That's it. I'll show you, like if we go to Google, share this tab, and then I search, firing squad Trump. For example, I just put in firing squad Trump, or I could put Liz Cheney Trump. But look at the headlines. Daily Beast is the worst offender. Says Trump fantasizes about shooting female rival in the face, which is wrong on so many levels. She's not even a female rival. Arizona prosecutor is investigating Trump, apparently. Check that out. So Reuters is reporting that an Arizona prosecutor is investigating Trump for making a threat against Liz Cheney. For real. Midas touch. Well, I put in firing squad. So what if I just put in Trump, Liz Cheney, and just see like what it says? Harris assails Trump for saying Liz Cheney should have rifles shooting at her, as if he said it out of nowhere. Washington Post. Trump embraces violent rhetoric, suggests Liz Cheney should have guns trained on her. Alyssa Farah Griffin calls Trump's comments about Liz Cheney unconscionable. I wonder what she said. I wonder if I can see this video. It says it's a video. Yeah, I'll play that for you guys. Let's see what she said. It's just outrageous. There'll probably be an ad. Let's see. It's going to upset us. It's going to make us angry. Here's 4 minutes. It says Trump uses violent rhetoric against Liz Cheney. We'll be through the ad soon. Oh yeah, this is the Jesus ad. The Jesus
Donald
ad
Trump is talking about political rival Liz Cheney. He just called for executing her.
There you go.
Does this move people or what, Pete?
I'm sickened by it, Sarah, to be honest with you.
What are these guys
Since July, since that first assassination attempt, we have heard Republicans, my fellow Republicans, excoriate Democrats for their rhetoric and saying that the rhetoric was the cause of that assassination attempt and then the second assassination attempt. And here you have a former president of the United States, potentially the next president of the United States, threatening a political rival in Liz Cheney. If you want to be president, act like you want to be president and actually bring respect to the office. And I usually don't get that wound up, but listening to that just really, really, really bothers me.
I just want to quickly put on the screen, Liz Cheney has responded to this. And if we can put her words up on the screen. She says, this is how dictators destroy free nations. He is literally putting that out there and threatening Liz Cheney.
It's unconscionable.
What is this message?
It's unconscionable. I don't know how Republican leaders, many of whom served with Liz Cheney and at one point considered her a colleague and friends, cannot denounce this. It is dangerous. It's escalatory. He's also already called for war, like tribunals against her when he's back as president. It is so unpresidential, reckless, and dangerous. And it needs to be universally condemned.
There you go. Unconscionable, dangerous.
You wanted a spicy deal?
That's CNN. The person said he called for execution. I just think it's very dishonest. Well, I don't know if it's dishonest or if they didn't even listen to it, or maybe they listened to it and they hear something different. I don't know how dishonest the media is, to be honest. Like whether it's just their bias or if they're just really evil people. Or people who just want to win above everything, and really want Kamala Harris to win. And they think this is a big one. I mean, it's just insane. It seems like this whole last few days is just trying to take something Trump said out of context or something one of his surrogates said and say he's the worst person on earth. So I don't know. I can't imagine. I have no idea how the betting odds work, but I can't imagine this would change the betting odds. But I don't know. There's something to be said. I mean, the odds are going down fast. As I'm broadcasting, actually, they're getting worse and worse on Polymarket. The screen I can't show you. Under 58% on Polymarket, where it was all the way up to 65. Just a few days ago. So can't explain it. It must mean nothing. All right. So that's the media reaction. That's the statement. You guys got the whole thing. Let's show you some funny videos. Someone's saying it's criminal by the media. It is kind of criminal. Few days left. It's Friday. Election day is Tuesday. I still have to turn in my ballot, but I'm going to do it in person at the place. All right. I was going to show you something funny, right? Yeah. Something funny somebody made with AI. Let me see if it's good.
Back me up, go all in, by Joe Biden. I gotta win, save the country from sin. I won't never slack up, get your money back up. Try and cuss my voter and your bounty gets smacked up. Get up, stand up, throw your MAGA hats up. If you got the feeling, Kamala's unappealing. Trump's got the hot flow, Dems are talking junk though. I got shot in my ear, certify me as the GOAT, yo. Working, chat too, peeps in the cars. I'm
AI
more fries and lies from the voters are. DJ T, sure enough in the lead. And if it's what you want, I'm the president you need. Kamala's a clown, Kamala's a clown. So get out and vote, keep jump around, jump around, keep jump around, jump around.
Oh, wow.
Jumps up, Kamala's going down. I'm the cream of the crop. I rise when I'm shot. Some started from the bottom, but I've always been on top. Painting me as a dictator, some type of super trader. I think you need some loving because you sounded like a hater. But I ain't going down like no punk foo. Clean up the house, Joe, moving in back soon. Kamala's a clown, Kamala's a clown. So get out and vote, keep jump around, jump around.
Pretty good. Actually, pretty good. I mean, the AI is incredible. Okay, we have an announcement in the chat. Thank you, Street Ghost, for a $5 super sticker. Tony McGill is in the UK. Do you have cryptocurrency? Tony McGill says, Nathan, I will take on a personal bet with you. I bet 1,000 Trump will lose. Let's do it. It will be an easy win for me. Please suggest the best platform to do this. I'm in the UK. Very interesting. Well, how would I be sure, or how would you be sure that I'm going to pay up? And how would I be sure that you are going to pay up? Would we put our money into an escrow account? And mine will be in crypto. You will have to exchange cryptocurrency because you're in the UK and there's like no easy way to move cash in between here and there. I know from experience there are ways to do it, but they're not super straightforward. So $1,000 you're willing to bet even odds. See, that's the thing. Even odds, Tony McGill. Okay, well, you'll have to let me think. Tony McGill, if I'm thinking about doing it, what do you guys think? Should I take it? $1,000 even, which I assume is even money, no vig. That's kind of nice. I'm more curious why you think it's an easy win, and if that's based on UK media or because my wife is British. So she says like people she knows in the UK, they only get they get really distorted information. They don't have access to all the facts over there. I'm sure you do. You tune into my show, so you have access to all the facts. I'm curious why you think it'll be an easy win. And yes, I'll probably $1,000. Well, if we can secure it somehow. I don't know if you're in my Discord. You'd have to text message me or message me on Twitter. And we would have to make it official. There would have to be an escrow account or something. So I don't know how you want to coordinate that, Tony Miguel. We would need a third party to help coordinate it. Nuck Fugget says, don't bet with the deranged. I'm reading here. Yeah, Nuck says. Okay, you'll message me on Discord? Oh, you already know me on Discord? Okay, perfect. Yeah, if you're in the Discord group, probably someone in the Discord group will act as a third-party escrow account. And yeah, I would deposit $1,000 USDC at even odds. I think I have to take that. I think I have to. I'm going to think about it a little more, but you can message me on Discord. So Tony McGill, interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. I made a personal bet with a few people in my chat last time and I won. I bet on Biden. People who said that Trump was going to, I'll show you a Trump ad, the latest Trump ad, which is pretty good. Very spicy, Tony. All right, here's.
Think about all they've done to Donald Trump. First, it was hoaxes, witch hunts, and impeachments. Then it was FBI raids, courtrooms, and mugshots. Finally, it was bullets in a Pennsylvania field. And after all that, this man stood up with blood draining down his face, pumped his fists in the air, and told us to fight. Fight. Fight.
America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, brighter, happier, stronger, freer, greater, and more united than ever before. And we will make America great again.
We know what they think of us.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
So if Donald Trump can get through all of that, we can get out to vote.
There you go. There you go. Go vote. Yeah, there's so much prognostication about the early vote and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if you can count on that stuff. Everybody's got different stories. You got to go with your gut a little bit. Nate Silver, by the way, the famous pollster, he says Trump is favored so far right now. But we'll see. Here's just a crazy sound cut out, of course. Here's this is insane. I guess it also made with AI. Oops, I have to advertise our store. Check out our clothes, truthclothing.io. It's all on sale. It's like super cheap. I'm wearing a Bitcoin shirt. It's $5. This beautiful well-made shirt is $5, and it says Bitcoin on it. And I have other shirts on that same website. Just go to truthclothing.io. I show it every show. But I should go to making it the secret sale. Like, you go there and you'll see the deals. They're so insane, I can't even show them to you. That's how crazy the deals are. Some shirts as low as $5, including this Bitcoin shirt. Oh, yeah. That was the other thing I did. I did get some. I do think buying Bitcoin is also another way to bet on Donald Trump, though, because he is going to be very good for Bitcoin. And I imagine the price will pump if he's elected. I imagine. It's not going to double immediately, but it should pump if he wins. So buying Bitcoin is one way to bet on Donald Trump. And also, you probably won't lose all your money if, he loses. The price of Bitcoin probably won't change much if he loses, but if he wins, I think it should pump. I mean, I really do. I feel like that might have been responsible for some of the pump. Mm-hmm. Oh, Tony McGill doesn't respect my politics. Oh, really? Well, then, you say you're sure I'll pay you? Okay. You don't be so sure. But yeah, I would put USDC somewhere. I would have somebody hold it or something. I know trustworthy people in my Discord. All right, this is great. This is so weird. I can't believe people really believe this, but listen to this.
We weren't always like this. We had a beautiful life. The best parties. The most beautiful friends. We thought it was just another election. So a lot of us didn't vote. Why bother? Everyone knew the system was rigged.
This is funny.
Many of us even voted for them. I know it sounds crazy now, but we didn't like Democrats back then. We were angry about the vaccine mandates and how they handled the war in Gaza and the way they wanted to censor free speech on the internet.
They want unquestioned obedience.
So what did we end up doing? We voted for the guys who openly said they wanted to imprison dissenters and use the military against their political opponents. So yeah, we were wrong on that. Big time. When Trump got sick and died, Vance was 39 years old when he became president. 30 years later, he's still president today. And with the Supreme Court on his side, they gave him dictatorial powers. They took away women's reproductive rights, outlawed contraception, and removed the minimum wage. Then we had repression of dissent,
If that would do it.
AI surveillance of everything we did or said on a level we couldn't imagine. The government under Vance, Peter Thiel, and Elon Musk set up concentration camps for illegal immigrants, then legal immigrants, then even homeless people. They finally admitted climate change was real, but it was too late. Florida sank into the Gulf and the West burned, and cities across the country became uninsurable, then uninhabitable. Musk and Thiel poured all of our resources into artificial intelligence so they and their friends could become immortal. I don't know what happened to them, but I know what happened to us.
Crazy. But yeah, it was a lot of AI. I think they did. Yeah, the voiceover was AI, which is very impressive. They used AI video and images. And I think it shows the profile for whoever made this thing. Donate movement.vote and seedthevote.org. I mean, this is real. the funny thing is it brings up actual issues like the vaccine. It's surprising to me they bring up real issues. Like they brought up the mandate. They brought up what did they say? Mandates and other things that were actually consequential that you could blame the Democrats for. Oh, Gaza. Crazy. But yeah, it's amazing what people can make. It looked fucked up. I mean, the faces were like, it's like being on an acid trip a little bit. Like if you've ever taken acid and you see people's like faces change or whatever. Or mushrooms can do that too, where you're seeing things like, that's kind of like what AI does. AI is kind of like, it is like an acid trip sometimes, the way it like changes from one thing to another thing. So there you go. Crazy conspiracy. I'll show you Hugh Hewitt losing it on the Washington Post on Jonathan Capehart and just walking off set. I'll show you that. Because Trump sued this time to keep polls open where people were being cut out of line. Polls, I think, in heavier Trump districts where they were being told to go home before they were supposed to go home. So they actually had to extend this early voting in Pennsylvania. Bucks County, I think it's called. So that actually happened. And they're saying, oh, it's just another example of Donald Trump sowing the seeds of doubt and trying to say the election was stolen. And it's like he actually won because they were doing something illegal. And this guy in the Washington Post is trying to say, oh, that's just him. That's just Trump trying to sow seeds of doubt. When he won, they were doing something illegal and they had to keep the polls open for people to vote. So here's Hugh Hewitt basically saying that they're being unkind.
Is it me, or does it seem like this week Donald Trump is laying the groundwork for contesting the election by complaining that cheating was taking place in Pennsylvania by suing Bucks County for alleged irregularities? And this is on top of his continual assertion that if he loses, it's because of cheating.
Yeah, that's what he's been laying the groundwork for this, just not in the last week, but in the last umpty-ump months. No election can be fair in Donald Trump's mind, unless Donald Trump wins it. And I think we are going to see him both rev up his supporters to contest elections outside of courtrooms and go to every courtroom he can in America where it's relevant to make whatever arguments he can, no matter how far-fetched. We saw
Jonathan,
that
I've
work
got
out last time, but it didn't work out this time. It may not work. That may not happen this time. And now I'll let you go, Hugh.
Well, I've just got to say, we're news people, even though we're at the opinion section. It's got to be reported. Bucks County was reversed by the court and instructed to open up extra days because they violated the law and told people to go home. So that lawsuit was brought by the Republican National Committee, and it was successful. The Supreme Court ruled that Glenn Youngkin was successful. We are news people, even though we have opinions, and we have to report the whole story if we bring up part of the story. So yes, he's upset about Bucks County, but he was right, and he won in court. That's the story.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you keep going, Jonathan.
No, I don't appreciate being lectured about reporting when many times you come here saying lots of things that aren't.
I won't come back, Jonathan. I'm done.
But
I'm done. This is the most unfair election ad I have ever been a part of. You guys are working. That's fine. I'm done.
So, Ruth, you wrote a column this week ending with this line. And
then the whole show falls apart, actually. Like her video feed goes out. The whole thing goes to shit, basically. And I think he's a little wound up. I mean, he was pretty wound up, but it is ridiculous the way Jonathan Capehart introduced the subject. He's like, oh yeah, he's sowing seeds of doubt. Like he's filing lawsuits in Bucks County. Well, in Bucks County, they were telling people to get out of line at like 1:00 and they're supposed to be open till 4. They had it on camera and stuff. And they said, okay, well, yeah, you were wrong. You needed to stay open, so they made them stay open a few extra days because they were wrong. They broke the law. And this is the media. And I think, Jeff Bezos might have something to say about all this stuff because Bezos is on a little bit of a crusade now to save the news and make them trusted again. Here's another hoax. This was another hoax. They took Trump's comments out of context where he said he would do something whether women like it or not. He said that. That was the last thing. I mean, it's every single day they take something he said out of context. And even CNN had to say something about this particular one, which I'll show you here. Okay, I got that. Good. I got both. The Kamala Harris campaign took this comment where he said he would protect women whether they want to or whether they want him to or not. And then let me show you, there's like a split screen here where they show her clip and his clip. Let's see.
They said, sir, I just think it's inappropriate for you to say. I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. 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 I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not.
He ties it to
imported
abortion.
criminal migrants from prisons and jails, from insane asylums and mental institutions all over the world, from Venezuela to the Congo, including savage criminals who assault, rape, and murder our women and girls. Anyone who would let monsters kidnap and kill our children does not belong anywhere near the Oval Office. And my people told me about 4 weeks ago, I was saying, no, I want to protect the people. I want to protect the women of our country. I want to protect the women. Sir, please don't say that. Why? They said, we think it's very inappropriate for you to say. I said, why? I'm president. I want to protect the women of our country. They said.
That's what he said.
They said, sir, I just think it's inappropriate for you to say, pay these guys a lot of money. Can you believe it? I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
There you go. That was the clip. And you see what Kamala Harris did with her ad. Trump says states could prosecute women for abortions under his watch. They show all these headlines next to him saying whether the women like it or not. So that was taken out of context. That was just yesterday. It was so bad, apparently, that Jake Tapper called out Kamala Harris on CNN for misusing his comments out of context. Believe it or not. Share. Here's Jake Tapper saying that.
When Trump said he was going to do something for women, whether they like it or not, whether the women like it or not, he was talking about protecting women, whether they like it or not. Certainly you can take issue with the language, but he wasn't saying he was just going to do whatever he wanted, regardless of, Anyway, anyway, but let's talk. I mean, but you take my point. You don't disagree, right? I'm saying I'm going to protect them, whether that women want me to protect them, whether right.
And some would say that's misogynist, and that's.
But it's not as she presented it.
I think. Look.
When Trump said,
there you go. So Jake Tapper actually said. Tony Miguel says, Nathan, this is regarding the wager. Nathan, I accept we need to build in guarantees for my integrity, but I would need to have a guarantee that when Trump loses, you won't claim the election was stolen and refuse to pay. Well, if you're with me for the last election, I never claimed the last election was stolen. Now, it could be because I had money on Joe Biden. As for how the bet would pay off, that would be determined by the banker. who holds our money. The banker would determine how the bet would pay. So you would have to trust the banker to pay you when the results are in. But like last time, there just have to be defined rules, what is winning? What does it mean? And that is an important thing for a bet to pay off, 100%. Is you have to say, oh, that's why it's easy doing with these betting sites, because with these betting sites, it'll get up to 99% chance and you can just cash out, whether the election is officially decided or not. But it does get complicated trying to figure out what's official, because last time people would have said, oh, the election's not over. I mean, I bet with people literally after election day. The most money I won was with bets. I bet with Titus Frost and then another listener in my chat who wanted to bet me $1,000 that Trump was going to be declared the victor after Joe Biden after it was already settled, apparently. So I didn't engage in any. I always said after the election that Joe Biden won, there was no chance for Trump to come back. That's what I said last time. So I don't see why it would be different this time. Although when you have money on something, you want to win. So. But yeah, you have to. We'd have to say what the rules are. Is it over when the media declares it? Because Kamala might contest it too this time. There's no telling, and so it is important how it pays off. We'll see. I might feel more comfortable betting with the market than with an individual, because I feel bad taking people's money to some extent. You seem like a nice guy and everything. Okay, I have one more, and I trust that you'll pay. I had to trust other people to pay me before when I made those other bets. But I have to get the money together too. You have to trust me. Oops, it's no sound. Good, I caught it early. I'll fix that. We have somebody who wants to bet $1 gazillion. Grills. Let's see. I'm just trying to follow the chat, make sure nothing important is here. This is just another thing about the shoot.
Bram Resnick, the political anchor and reporter from our NBC affiliate in Phoenix, KPNX, joins us. Talk about this breaking news regarding Donald Trump's comments that he made about Liz Cheney in Arizona last night. The Attorney General is responding.
That's right. I just spoke to Attorney General Chris Mays about 2 hours ago for the taping of my Sunday show. She told me she just gotten off the phone with her criminal division chief, and she was investigating whether what Donald Trump said about Liz Cheney constituted a death threat under Arizona law. I'll tell you, under Arizona law, it is illegal to make threats or intimidate someone. Can be charged as a Class 1 misdemeanor, Class 6 felony. Chris Mays told me they're looking into it. I asked her whether this was just political speech, free speech. She said we're checking to see if it crossed that line. But she also put it in the larger perspective. If you're here right now, you begin to understand how this place is ready for a high security event on Tuesday, an election. Our sheriff's office is talking about a no tolerance policy for protests. Chris Mays is activating all her agents. Every law enforcement agency in the state is involved with protecting the vote, protecting voters. So that's Chris Mays brought that into the conversation, that for Donald Trump to make these kinds of remarks at this time, such a really fraught and tense moment here in Maricopa County, is just bad.
Crazy. He said we should send her to war too. That's all. That's all he said. I have a few things. Trump came out with a few education things. He's going to start a university and he's going to give people $10,000 a year to homeschool. He has videos he put out saying those things, 2-minute videos. I don't know if I need to play you him saying that. He said he's going to start something called the American Academy, which will be a free online school that gives, which is pretty amazing, pretty smart. So he's going to make education free by giving it away for free online and letting you actually earn a degree from it. Which information is free already online. Elon Musk, I saw making that point the other day. Elon Musk was saying you don't have to go to college. Sort of like the Goodwill Hunting point. You don't have to. There certainly is no reason to go to college to learn. Learning how to socialize and stuff and being in a safe environment away from your parents and learning how to be on your own, first in a dorm, then maybe off campus and get in a car or whatever adult shit you have to do. That's kind of a safe environment where you're not responsible for lots of stuff. There's certainly something to be said for that. Or training and like go to trade school or like I did acting school. You can't do that remotely. But education, actual education, I mean, you can learn stuff on your own. And then they can give you tests and you can get a degree. So he said that, and he's going to give $10,000 for people who homeschool too. So I have the videos of him proclaiming that if you want to see them. This bet is causing controversy in the chat. I see that. Listen to this. This is crazy. I told you about the panda thing. People say pandas are a thing, right? Are symbolic. There's, I guess, Jill Biden dressed up in a panda suit, but Nicole Shanahan actually said something about it. That's RFK's.
Right in front of our eyes. The parading of Jill Biden in a panda suit yesterday, right in front of our eyes. What the hell is this mockery? No more. No more. No more.
There's something about panda eyes. I saw it on Twitter today. It's a conspiracy theory. Panda eyes mean something in regards to children. Oh, it's trending. That's crazy. Panda eyes is literally trending. Panda eyes is one of the, oh yeah. Yeah, it's something terrible. I can't even say it. I can't even say it. It was just on the screen for a second. Oh, it's still on my screen. Thought I changed it. It's all right. This is it's adult content anyway on the show, so I think I'm allowed to. That's what they say Panda Eyes is from. Something terrible. And it's trending on Twitter right now too. And Jill Biden dressed up in a big panda suit. So yikes. Nouvelle-Zélande. Yeah, sorry. It may be a totally real thing. Sorry. It may be totally real. I don't know. I don't know about it. Sorry. I'm calling it a conspiracy theory. I say conspiracy theory, that might mean it's true. But it's still something people say on the fringes. And Nicole Shanahan is like a wealthy person who's saying it. They're putting it right in front of our face. Jake Paul endorsed Donald Trump, by the way, in case you guys care. All right. So I got that. Told you guys about panda eyes. Oh, I'll show you how Robert F. Kennedy says he's going to control. He said multiple times now that he's going to have serious Oh, Nuck Fugget, you guys haven't heard that? Tucker said he was attacked by demons and has claw marks and bled. Yeah, I saw that clip. You guys want to see it? Yeah, Tucker Carlson claims he was attacked by a demon in his sleep that left claw marks on his rib cage and bleeding, and he still has scars from it. Oh, look at that. People are showing up. Hey, Jacob. A few people showed up who are wondering where I've been. Cool. We must have a good title today. I've been around. I've been back for a month. Yeah, I've been off work. So yeah, I've been back for a month. So maybe we're just getting people tuned in. Awesome. Buy some t-shirts while you're here. Thank you. Thank you. Cool. We have new people in the chat, or new people who were here before and wondered what happened to me. I'm back, baby. Here's RFK Jr. saying he's going to have control.
President Trump has asked me to reorganize the federal health agencies, the agencies that have a portfolio that affects human health, which is CDC, NIH, FDA, as well as some of the agencies within the United States Department of Agriculture. And he's asked me to clean up the corruption, number one. Number two, end the conflicts of interest, return those agencies to their rich tradition of gold standard, empirically based, evidence-based science, evidence-based medicine, and to end the chronic disease epidemic in this country. And he's asked me specifically to measurably reduce chronic disease in our children within 2 years. So President Trump has asked me.
Somebody says show the Tucker thing. Okay, I'll find it. It's a little bit of a clip. Yeah, Tucker said he was attacked by a demon. Yeah, I didn't know if that was news or not. Search Tucker demon, and I'm sure I'll find it. Tucker demon. Here it is, 4-minute clip. I'll play it for you. Thanks, Jacob. I been a fan back when I interviewed Nick Fuentes. Really, that was when I lived in Austin. I interviewed Nick Fuentes, and he only joined me by audio. But the funny thing is, I watch Nick Fuentes, even though I disagree with him, or I listen to him, I should say. He's just a very talented show host, and he has a wealth of information about certain topics. Certain things I don't care for. Sometimes I have to turn it off. But when he's talking about geopolitics, man, he knows a lot of stuff. It's crazy. The guy's like a super genius. But he is very, he is very racist and stuff. Sometimes that stuff is a little over the top. But he knows a lot of stuff, that's for sure. And he's doing very well on, he's like one of the top streamers on Rumble. He's doing extremely well for himself. He just sold like 10,000 hats or something like that. Even though he can't even get a payment processor. That's crazy. Here we go.
Do you think the presence of evil is kickstarting people to wonder about the good?
That's what happened to me.
That's what happened to you?
Oh, yeah. I had a direct experience with it.
In the milieu of journalism or just?
Nope, in my bed at night, and I got attacked while I was asleep with my wife and 4 dogs in the bed and mauled. Physically mauled.
In a spiritual attack by a demon?
Yeah, by a demon. Or by something unseen that left.
Is that right?
Claw marks on my sides, on my...
So he left physical marks?
Oh, they're still there. Yeah. 1.5 years ago.
Was your wife terrified? I know you were.
I wasn't. I was totally confused. I woke up and I couldn't breathe and I thought I was going to suffocate, and I walked around outside, and then I walked in and my wife and dogs had not woken up, and they're very light sleepers. And then I had these terrible pains on my rib cage and on my shoulder, and I was just in my boxer shorts, and I went and flipped on the light in the bathroom, and I had 4 claw marks on either side underneath my arms.
On either
and on
side.
my left shoulder.
And on shoulder.
They're bleeding.
Wait, they were bleeding.
They're bleeding, yeah. No, they're actual claw marks. And I sleep on my side, so I wasn't clawing myself. I don't have long nails.
People are making fun of it.
And they didn't fit my hands anyway. But yeah, that happened. So I'm not from a world where things like that happen. I never heard of anything like that happening before. I had no idea what that was. I knew it was spiritual immediately.
You did. Okay, that was going to be my question.
Yeah. I don't understand to this day. I'm not going to put it.
You didn't try to refute the spiritual part in your own mind. You went right into the.
Well, it didn't make any sense, and it doesn't now. But I'm not from a, what do they call it, faith tradition that talks about things like that or even acknowledges their existence. Like there's nothing like that. I've never heard anybody say anything like that in my whole life.
What was the next day like?
Well, the next morning I woke up and I thought that was the weirdest dream I've ever had. And then I saw blood on my sheets and I realized that was not a dream at all. I called my assistant, who was like the only evangelical Christian I know, well enough to call with something bizarre like that, totally bizarre like that. And she said, oh yeah, no, that happens. Yeah, people are attacked in their bed by demons. What? What are you even talking about? Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not leaving anything out, and I'm not pretending to understand that. I can only say what happened to me, and that did happen to me. And then I was seized with this very intense desire to read the Bible, which I then started without any study aids or anything. I bought a Bible that didn't have any. I'm not interested in editorializing in the Bible. I just want to read it and see what's in there myself. I have very low levels of trust for Christian pastors, most of whom, I'm just not a fan at all. And sorry to say that, but that's how I feel. And so I don't want to hear other people's opinions. I just want to see what's in there. And so I spent a year and a half reading it, and then I started
talking about reading the Bible and shit. He talks about that. So the main thing was that he got attacked by a demon. He was bleeding. He was in bed with 4 dogs, which is crazy. He must have a very big bed to have 4 dogs in it, and him and his wife. That is kind of weird. Sleeping with the dogs. What do you guys think? 4 of them, and they're not like miniature dogs. I don't know what size they are, but many people in the chat are saying, "Well, he is in sleep. He does have 4 dogs in the bed, so it could have been the dogs. Yeah, they could have been dreaming or something. But he said he had it on both sides and his shoulder. Crazy. Never had that happen to me before. Not to say it's not possible, but I've never seen it before. All right, let's see if there's anything else. Let me start closing the tabs I had open and see if there's anything else. I have Kamala, how she wants to take away free speech based on the things she said before. I have all that news. Oh, there's Kamala doing a new word salad thing. There is a thing that Democrats put out that Jeffrey Epstein is on tape talking about the inner workings of the White House, of the Trump White House, like he knew about it. They're trying to turn this into some kind of October surprise. This thing that Epstein knew about what was going on in the Trump White House. Let's see what I got for you guys. Let's see what you guys want to hear. I have Oh, I have Ricky Gervais. This is kind of funny. Riffing on celebrity endorsements. Ricky Gervais. Oh, people wanted me to open the phone. I can open the phone. It's open right now. You can call in if you want. I'll play some videos. I think Jim said he wanted to call in. It is Friday. So we can grab something to drink. I can go grab a hard kombucha. We can hang out. Yeah, if you want to call in, Jim, you can. Or George Washington. But I have to figure out how to share the screen properly so I don't share people's phone numbers. What can I do? Go to spam. Yeah, I can go to spam. There you go. And then I can share that tab without exposing anything. So yeah, if you want to call in, you're welcome to it. It's Friday after all. We're just hanging out. We're having fun. Here was Ricky Gervais, his riff on a celebrity endorsement.
Hi guys, Ricky G here, wellness and beauty influencer. As a celebrity, I know all about stuff, like science and politics. So trust me when I tell you who you should vote for. If you don't vote the right way, that's like a hate crime. It makes me sad and angry, and I'll leave the country. And you don't want that.
That's it.
Hi guys.
Pretty funny. I heard LeBron James did an endorsement. That's what I heard. I have Kamala word salad. I have Kamala. She actually kind of loses it completely on stage in this clip. She actually kind of totally loses it.
And understand the difference here. Understand the difference here. Moving forward. Moving forward. Understand the difference.
She's trying to get the teleprompter.
What we are looking at is a difference in this election. Let's move forward.
She's trying to get the that's what she's doing. I know what she's doing. I didn't realize. She was telling them to move the teleprompter. Pretty sure. You guys decide. Moving forward, we have to move forward. I think she's telling them to move the teleprompter forward because she is saying nothing.
And understand the difference here. Understand the difference here. Moving forward. Moving forward. Understand the difference here. What we are looking at is a difference in this election. Let's move forward and see where we are. And
Pretty sure that's what happened. Pretty sure she lost her teleprompter. Pretty funny meltdown, really. She's looking around like totally panicked. Keeps repeating the same thing over and over again. I have some people who thought she was on green screen. I have Drea Di Matteo. This is the right kind of celebrity. So you can see there's celebrity endorsements for Kamala, which we've shown. Drea Di Matteo, foxy woman who used to be on that comedy show. She's been on a bunch of stuff. Foxy lady for Trump.
I don't really know who Mark Cuban is. I don't really.
This is about Mark Cuban.
I am interested in what his definition of strength and intelligence is when it comes to women, because he seems to be an authority on that subject. And he says there's no strong, intelligent women surrounding Trump. Guess you haven't met me yet, buddy, huh? Because it takes a lot of balls to come out and support the anti-war machine, and you know it. Everyone else is pandering on the left. In my little Hollywood world, everybody over there is following that great sheep narrative for the great leap forward. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, all of my left behind liberal friends, I'm still a lifelong liberal. Go research it. Understand what's happening on the left. And if you want to attack our intelligence and say that we aren't smart enough because we follow Donald Trump, maybe you need to recognize that some of us did our research, and that's why we left the left, why we're not sitting. All these hippies are moving over and supporting Trump. That's right. I'm wearing a MAGA hat. That means make America great again. What is so toxic about making anything great? How nihilistic has society become that you will listen to the people on the left trying to lead you into complete war and destruction and darkness? And you want to attack our intellect because we're supporting the sunshine and freedom and love? Shame on you. I don't know who you are, buddy, but you are not thinking about my children when you make comments like that. You don't talk about the moms of America supporting Trump because we know what's up. Bad move. I'm Drea Di Matteo. I support Donald Trump like my life depends on it and my kids' lives. Big Daddy T, 2024. Let's fucking go.
Okay, I have a call. It says from suspected spam caller. Hey, what's up? Hold on, let me try to get you on the this is George Washington. Hold on, I have to figure out how to I don't want to expose your number, and I have to figure out no, you're not on the air yet because I have to Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm sure you know.
Oh, okay, it's working. So you're coming through now. Now you're on the air. What's up? Freedom over 69.
Nate Dogg.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man.
What are you doing?
Dude, I've been working the polls all of early voting here in Austin.
Oh, you're working in Austin? Really? You volunteered to be a
Yeah.
poll worker?
Yep. Yeah, man. I did early voting for all 12 days of early voting here in Austin.
Why are you like unemployed or something? Like how do you have time?
I have a flexible job that
Nice.
allows me to work kind of my own hours.
Beautiful.
I was working from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So I did all my other work in the afternoon. So
Mm-hmm.
it was pretty easy. I've done voting before too. I think of it as my civic duty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like it. I don't know. And they pay me $22 an hour, so
Oh, they pay you
it's
too.
okay.
22 an hour. Man, I should be I didn't realize you were getting paid. You're not even volunteering.
Well, yeah, I know. People tell me like thank you for volunteering,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I am volunteering. I'm volunteering my time, but yeah, no, I wouldn't do it for free. I
Who
definitely
pays
wouldn't.
you? The
But
state? Is the state paying you or
Travis County.
the
Travis
county
County
is paying
election.
you? Oh, really? I should look into jobs like
Yeah,
that.
because in Texas, and I don't know how it works in Cali, but in Texas, every county, they all put on their own elections. So
Mhm.
they're the ones who pay each election worker. And yeah, so clerks, I think election clerks, they make $16 an hour.
Mhm.
And then if you can work your way up to judge, like I did, you make 22 an hour.
All right. So what are you learning as you're doing your duties?
Man, there's some people that I didn't even know existed.
What do you
Nathan.
mean?
Well, I mean, God, I saw this one lady, she brought in like 5 dudes with Down syndrome to come in and vote.
Really?
I thought that was kind of interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, I saw a lot of masks too. It's crazy. Even like the 2 ladies I was working with, they were both wearing masks,
God,
which was kind of crazy. And like,
Mhm.
dude, these are like old people. Like you can't understand a word that they're saying with these masks on. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God. If you need to talk to me, I'm right here.
Right.
You know, but yeah, a lot of people wearing masks. A lot of blue-haired freaks
Mhm.
that live here in Austin.
Mhm.
And then I saw a lot of Indians as well. I'm sure they were turning out for the Kamala vote, even though she's black. I don't understand why an Indian would vote for Kamala. She's a black
Interesting.
woman.
Yeah, right. Well, she's kind of Indian too, right? She is
She
Indian.
is pretty Indian. You're right. She's pretty Indian.
So the Indians you think are going out voting for her?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. I think so.
Do you think most of
Um,
Austin is turning out for Kamala? I mean, Austin's pretty blue, right?
Austin's extremely blue. I mean, you
Yeah.
lived here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that there were a lot of Democrat voters coming out. But what's interesting is, you know how we have like those "I voted" stickers.
Mm-hmm.
So we ran out of English "I voted" stickers in like
really?
3 days. Like they were just gone. And then we switched. We only had Spanish, "Yo vote."
Oh, okay.
We only had Spanish.
Cool.
And then we ran out of those stickers in like 6 days.
So you ran out of that's weird. Is that because it's been unusually heavy traffic? Like more than they expected?
That's exactly what I'm thinking, Nathan, is that it was indicative of higher than normal turnout.
Mm-hmm.
We've been requesting more stickers every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And the last I heard was that on Saturday they ordered 90,000 "I voted" stickers and this is all of Travis County. This isn't even my location, which my location was pretty big. We were doing like 1,300 voters a day.
Mm-hmm.
And when I left whenever I left my final shift today, I left at 1. We had done 14,000 voters in those 12 days, and the polls are still they're still taking voters right now. It's 7:30, so if you're in line at 7, they'll keep you.
Wow. So you guys
And
have long
and yeah,
hours and stuff. They don't even have early in-person voting near me. We just get the mail-in ballots here in California.
Oh, really? You only get mail-in?
Well, in my county, there's early in-person voting in many places. I saw a map. For whatever reason, we don't have early in-person voting. So they mail you your ballot. They mail everyone their ballot with a return envelope. So you can do it that way. But I'm going to bring my ballot on election day. So I'll just bring it in person to the because it's like right around the corner for me. I can walk to it in 2 minutes. So I'm just going to do that. And then they send you a sticker. They send you a sticker with your ballot. This is I voted. So you can wear it. So you get a sticker and you don't even have to vote. I already have a sticker. So I could just pretend.
Huh. Well, another thing, I did have and this was out of the whole 13, we'll just say about half 6,000. I did have a non-citizen try to vote today.
Really? They tried?
Yeah, she was from Canada.
Really?
Yes.
And she told you she was from Canada
and I'm like,
wanted to vote or what?
I'm like you. I have a spouse who is not from this country, so she has a green card right now. And this lady was talking to one of the other clerks that had like a mask on. They couldn't understand what she was saying. And so I like stepped over. I was like, "Hey, can I help you?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm trying to vote." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Okay, well, I see you got your green card here. Are you a U.S. citizen?" She was like, "No." And I was like, "Okay, well, you can't vote in the United States election if you're not a U.S. citizen."
Right.
She was like, "Yeah, but I have my green card." I said, "Okay. Are you a U.S. citizen?" "No, I'm Canadian." "Okay, well, all those questions are pretty self-explanatory. They're pretty easy to answer. Well, you can't vote in a U.S. election." And then I think I heard her say that she had voted in a previous election and that she couldn't believe that I wasn't allowing her to vote, which I don't believe that, because we're about as smart as the iPad is in front of us. Like if she's not found in the voter rolls, we have to process a provisional ballot. If she and then in the provisional ballot, it'll ask the poll worker to ask them, like, "Are you a U.S. citizen?" And she's obviously going to say no. So I don't believe that, but I think she did actually say that she had voted in an election before, which was a little concerning.
Yeah, that's weird.
But she's Canadian. She doesn't really know what's going on.
Right. Most of them don't. Those Canadians.
Yeah. But that's what's going on with me, man. Are you I saw that you kind of kicked the channel back on. Are you still selling cars? I heard are you taking time off, or did it not work out?
Yeah, it didn't work out. I wasn't selling enough cars apparently. So even though I did okay, like my last month there, I was all right. But yeah, it didn't work out. So I'm in the ranks of the unemployed for the moment.
I got you, man.
Yeah,
I got you. Well, DoorDash, Instacart.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that once my record's cleared. Like the problem is, so that'll be cleared up, I think, in January. So I'll probably do something like that. That's probably what I'm thinking of, because I enjoyed doing that. I wasn't having a good time selling cars. I didn't enjoy it, for whatever reason. So.
Well, maybe stick with it, man. Maybe go to a different dealership. Maybe you just had a bad, sounds like you were doing your job. You just had bad management, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it the same as I used to. I just didn't feel like I had the mojo. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have the salesperson mojo. But so.
Were you back selling luxury cars?
Yeah, Porsches.
Oh, your Porsches, because I think you told me you were selling Maseratis before that.
Yeah, before that, yeah, a while back in 2016 was the last I was selling cars before.
Well, I mean, if you like it, man, I don't know.
I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it.
Maybe,
So I
you didn't.
I didn't really. No. So yeah. So I'm doing my show again.
Well,
for right now. for what it's worth.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll get some more traction on YouTube. And yeah, I don't know. But I appreciate you, man. Thanks for
Thank
jumping
you.
on here
Thank
and
you.
sharing everything.
Thanks for calling.
Everybody loves watching you, obviously. Yeah,
Cool,
man.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
Well,
report
Cool.
from on the ground.
Yeah. Hopefully, during your election stream, I'll be able to jump back on and
Okay.
and share anything else because I'm working election day.
You are
as well.
Okay.
Which that's the well, I guess another thing I could tell you. So I did have a guy come in with a MAGA hat and he wouldn't take it off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I told him, I was like, hey man, within 100 feet of a polling location, there's no electioneering. He was like, I didn't see the sign. I don't know the law.
Really?
It's like, okay, I don't know. Did you hear in San Antonio that some guy like assaulted a election worker in San
I
Antonio?
saw a video of somebody with a it looked like a camouflage Trump hat. Is that the one you're talking about? There was like mostly black workers. Is that the one you're talking about? There's a video of somebody who wouldn't take off their hat.
Maybe. I didn't see the video.
Oh shit, the phone's
I just read the headline.
The phone just went on freeze. That's the problem with internet phone calls.
You still?
I wonder if let's see if it comes back.
Might have died.
The pinwheel stopped. It froze at 11 minutes and 24 seconds. I don't know why it says suspected spam caller either. Oh yeah, the voice. There, you might be back. Oh, there he's gone. All right, good enough. We did an hour and a half today. Got 2 super chats. You can also hit me up on Cash App for the weekend. Cash App at $LTV411 or buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil or buy t-shirts at truthclothing.io. I didn't even show you the t-shirts. They're such a good deal. Just go to the website, check it out while there's still inventory. I can't promise you'll find everything in your size, but some of the stuff you definitely can, like the Bitcoin shirts. So check it out, truthclothing.io, or hit me up on Cash App, hit me up on Buy Me a Coffee. Show you support the show. Thank you for the super chats. I got 2 of those today. Thank you for those, Christy Tina and Street Ghost. And I'll see you next week on Monday if I don't see you sooner. The show is usually at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I believe that showtime, polls will close on the East Coast around 5 p.m. Pacific time. Oh, okay. I have to bring it up. Hey, Jim. Let me get you on the air. Hold on one moment. I have to share. I'm trying to get you on the air without exposing your phone number. So let me just make sure. Let me see if I can do that. Here, unless you want people to call you, and then they can. Maybe you want people to call you. Okay, hold on. Let me see if this works.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't give a shit.
You're on the air, dude. What's up? How's it going?
Not much, man. Yeah, dude, I had a laugh, man. When you said that when Trump and that interviewer or other guy was sitting on furniture that looked like it was from like the 60s and it was really too low to the ground.
Yeah.
And you're like, some to the effect of they couldn't even get him big boy seats.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Thanks. I'm glad you like that one. Yeah, I noticed things like that. Like they were sitting way too close to the ground. It was like they were in Japan or something.
I know, man. But like when you said it, that I looked at it, like that's right. They look like they're like on a squatty potty or something.
Funny.
Oh shit.
So what's going on with you now?
Yeah, man. Not too much. I'm like not gonna vote, but
You're not going to
that's
vote?
just
You decide you're not going to? Okay, that's fair.
I've never voted in my life.
Oh, really?
I mean, I did once in 2001, but that was only right after 9/11.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
So that made
And
you
then
vote.
the next up was Obama, and I
Mm-hmm.
is silver tongue bullshit. I
Mm-hmm.
can see right through the motherfucker. They're all liars, and so that's why I don't vote.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. That's a very principled
They
stance to
say they're
take.
going to do something, they don't do it, and then
Yeah, that's true.
and like everybody only votes to save the country, and that's what they thought they were doing by not voting for Trump the last time,
Mm-hmm.
and this time too.
I know.
If they're going to be like that,
I know. Every
it's
single
just like,
election, they always say it's like the most important election ever. You're like,
yeah,
you have to vote. I know. It's crazy. They're going to say it again next time.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if there is a next time, God knows what's going to happen. Man, I don't know if you noticed when have you watched any Jimmy Dore stuff?
Yeah, some of it. I don't know. Yeah, I've some of it. I don't know if I've seen anything like this week or anything, but yeah, I'd listen to him.
Well, I'm talking like back a little while. He had this mashup of he had his live show, and he had on the big screen. There's this mashup of Kamala saying, "Unburdened by what has been."
Oh yeah, yeah, I've
and
seen
every
that.
time,
Yeah.
yeah, every time she'd do it, she'd hold up her left hand
Right.
like a Boy Scout or some shit, and then point down with her right hand. And if
Mm-hmm.
she can't point down with her right hand because she's got a microphone, she'll hold the microphone and point down with the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like the thing that popped in my head, and it hasn't left. It's such a cultic bullshit, man. It's like it's almost like Baphomet.
Right,
It's
right.
like
Like she's doing the Baphomet
like the
thing.
Baphomet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As above, so below.
Like yeah,
Funny.
it popped in my head instantly when I watched that whole mashup. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my god!
Mm-hmm.
Like
Funny.
this woman's like, she must be a cultic of or
Mm-hmm.
something.
Could be.
And they love to show their secrets in plain sight.
Mm-hmm. Panda outfits and everything.
And what the fuck unburdened by what has been mean? I don't. What does that mean? What does that fucking mean? Bamala.
Revolutionary. It's a revolutionary spirit. It's communist.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Marxist.
Mm-hmm.
More likely.
Mm-hmm.
Her father was a Marxist, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Well, in Maryland, I think Kamala's going to win anyway, so it wouldn't matter if you voted, right? So same as me here in California.
That's another reason I don't vote. It's not going to really fucking matter. It's a blue state, and it'll remain that way. It's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to miraculously become a swing state. It never has.
Yes. Yes.
I don't think it ever will.
Yeah. Yeah. You're in one of those states where it doesn't matter that much, just like me. But I'm still going to vote for Trump. See how just add to the popular vote total.
And as for like voting for local politicians, I don't know a goddamn thing about them, nor do I want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like one of those things, like just the way it is,
Yeah.
Maybe it's my old punk rock spirit from when I was a teenager, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well,
Master
fair enough,
State,
dude.
rah rah.
I used to say don't vote too, so now I'm voting, but I could go either way most times. But
yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna go ahead and do it this time.
But like, but seems to like every year around voting time, when I make it clear that I'm not going to vote, or if somebody asks are you going to vote, and I just say no, I'm not going to vote, and then all of a sudden I'm the enemy.
Right.
Like
people tell you, oh, it's terrible. I know. Both sides will get mad at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll try and squeeze in a little of their shit, their propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was something about the stupidity of these fucking mass media talking about Trump being fucking talking. Obviously, in the clip, he's saying that he would do something good for them, not fucking take away their abortion rates and shit.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was like
Yeah, I know.
complete propaganda.
I know. They're going crazy with it. It's really going over the top lately.
Dude, it makes me love that shirt even more, man.
Yeah, propaganda. That's right.
I gotta tell you, man. Do you still have any more of those left?
I have I have the baseball jersey, and I have a stack of those, and I have a few hoodies left. I have a few hoodies. The T-shirt is sold out. I think the T-shirt sold out. So it's just I have the baseball tee, and then I have some hoodies, but it's probably only in a few size. The hoodie probably only in a few sizes.
Yeah, I think I'm spent out with buying shirts.
That's
and
okay.
Stuff.
No, you have plenty, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't like. The fact is, I really don't have room for any more laundry. And
Yeah, that's
like,
all right,
fucking,
dude. You got lots of shirts, so that's cool. It's good they last, so you're gonna be good for a while.
Yeah, these things last. That's
Yep.
what I noticed. I mean, like any clothing will alter like a little bit, if they've been washed enough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing. If they've been washed a billion times,
Mm-hmm.
but even so, man, I've had them go through many washing machines.
Yep, me too.
Live.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, amen, dude. I like your clothing.
Cool. Thanks, man. You're the best. All right, dude. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, man. Have a good one, man.
Thanks for the call, Jim. Glad you're doing well.
Yeah, dude. See
All
ya.
right. See ya. All right. Yeah, he just put in an ad for truthclothing.io. I'll show you the shirt. Boom. I'll show you the shirt. Right there is the one he's talking about. He has like 20 of these. The baseball jersey we have in stock, $12. And then it looks like we have a few sweatshirts, and then we have a few hoodies too. There's the hoodie, $15. It's crazy. It's crazy what we're selling this stuff for. But we're mostly sold out of a lot of stuff. And totally sold out of some stuff. God, some of the stuff got so cheap. It's crazy. Makes me think I should be. So some of the stuff I'm like, oh no, I don't have enough of those. And they're gone forever. Limited edition shirts, all of them. Truthclothing.io. Check them out. All right. Thanks, everybody. We're looking at possibly a bet with a listener who wants to prove a point by betting on Kamala Harris. We'll see. I might choose to bet on the website instead. So that's happening. Election's happening. Weekend's happening. And we'll see you guys at the next one. All right. It's Monday, if not sooner. All right. For now, that's what it is.